What's up, everybody? This is Jimmy and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to go over the new Wet n Wild 40 palette, also known as the James Charles dupe. If you guys have not heard what's going on with this, Wet n Wild tried to come from Mr. James Charles palette, and it's been a little bit of a mess, like online, on Twitter. Thinking some lawyers and some legal people are involved right now. It's just a hot mess, but it's funny to me. So just a quick backstory. Of course, everybody knows the James Charles palette. It is one of the most talked about palettes. It came out, I think, 2 years ago. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I don't use it too much. I always forget about it, to be honest, because I have so many palettes. But it did change the makeup game. It really did. It was beautiful. This is what really got James to where he was at. He sold millions of those and he made a shitload of money off of it. So let's fast forward to about 2-3 weeks ago at DragCon in New York, I think. Wet n Wild had a booth there, and somebody posted some pictures online saying, this palette looks oddly familiar. And it looks like this. Like, it is almost identical to the James palette. Well, James saw it and he tweeted saying, it's interesting that it looks just like mine. And Wet n Wild was like, okay, it's a dupe. You call it a dupe and whatnot. I'll put the screenshots on the Twitter chat after this, but it got ugly between Wet n Wild and James. It's just, James is saying it's his palette, and Wet n Wild is saying, no, we're a dupe, but James, you don't really own your palette, you just own your own name, and it's this whole ordeal. But anyways, the thing we're going to do about today, we're worried about today, is this a dupe for the James Charles palette? Morphe is the maker of the James Charles palette. Like I said, it's very popular. All the makeup gurus and anybody that has to do with makeup probably has this palette or has had it at one time or has thought about getting it. I mean, it's just beautiful. Like, it's really, really pretty. I'm not going to knock James for that. It's pretty. But it isn't original, and I'm not trying to take that away from James at all. But Morphe had a similar palette. I think it was the 35B right before this one came out, and it was literally this one just with a few less colors. They scrapped that, and then like a couple weeks later they end up coming out with this one, which is almost identical. I will post a picture for that 35B up so you can see it as well. But it's literally this. The 35B is this, just with a few more colors and all that. So technically, I mean, it's not original. But, I mean, this is James' palette. His name's on there. And, I get, you want to say it's your work and all that. I'm not trying to discredit him of any sort. But let's just, be real. It comes from Morphe. Morphe owns the palette. They, own everything. It's just his name on there. Just be happy your name's on the palette. That's me. You can give me a rinky-dink palette as long as my name's on it. I'm going to be happy. And if somebody wants to dupe it per se or whatever, fine. Then I feel flattered if somebody wants to dupe my product. But anyways, James isn't flattered. He's mad. So Wet n Wild, like I said, came out with theirs. It's real pretty. Right away, I just got it on the packaging. You see the colors right there. A little bit of fallout and the packaging itself. So let me see if I can do a side-by-side. This is the James. And this is the Wet n Wild. Let me see if I can do this. But if I back up a little bit. James. This is James. Look, James has the big old circles. And this is Wet n Wild. They're close. I can see some color differences, but they're pretty similar, you know? I can see it. You know, James has, you know, the bright colors, and he has those big round circles there, and he has some whites and all that. And you know, Wet n Wild has their own. You know, they're not as big, not as colorful, not as effervescent as James, but I mean, the dupe. A dupe means a cheaper, not cheaper product, but a cheaper price. And usually with the cheaper price, you don't get the high-end product you would win a more, you know, pricey product. It's just how it is, you know. And Wet n Wild is a good brand, you know. It's been here for years and all that, and I'm not trying to discredit them. But Wet n Wild is known for, you know, their cheaper products, which is okay. You know, I love cheaper products. So I'm not gonna swatch all of these products from both palettes because we're gonna be here all night. But I will do a couple of comparisons of colors that I think stand out to me. So like James, can't really bend it back. It's a little frustrating to me. Never thought I would need to bend the palette back, but since I have two, the Wet n Wild fold, hold it like that, do a little dig. So that's cool. So first I'm gonna go over with, you know, the yellows. You guys have, if you've seen my video before, yellows are really, really cool color that I'm attracted to. I love yellows. Not very many palettes can do yellows. Will do it right. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch both of these yellows and see. Let me see. Well, it's a James. It's pretty. Now let's go with the Wet n Wild. It's a Wet n Wild right there. You can definitely see the difference in the James compared to the Wet n Wild. Still yellow nonetheless. But you can see, like, okay. See, this is, look at the fallout there. Not too much, some there. But look at the fallout here. That's a lot of fallout from that product. Which is fallout. It's gonna happen with, you know, any palette. But that's a big thing for me. Let's see. That'd be. Alright, let's see. There's a couple of shimmers. Let's go with pink. The pink is really nice on the James, and the one here looks really nice. So there's a pink. This is from James. That's a pretty pink. See, that's pretty. That's really, really pretty. Now let's see. Let's get another. This is pink from Wet n Wild. They're not too big of a difference there. It's really not. The yellows, I saw the difference, but not in the pinks. Okay. Let's see. There's a gold here. So let's get the gold. Nice shimmery gold. Ooh, that one's pretty. Nice shimmery gold. Oh, wow. That one's real pretty. I forgot how much I like this James palette. I didn't use it as often, not because I don't like James or anything, but I just have so many palettes that they just pile and pile and pile on top of each other. You know, if it's at the bottom, I miss it. This is the gold from the Wet n Wild. Okay. A little bit of a tint color. The one from Wet n Wild is more of a brown gold, but it is still pretty. All right, I think that's a little bit more room on my arm there. Let's see, what are we gonna try? There's a red. Let's try the reds. It is James's red. Okay, that's red. That is red for filth. That's red. Okay. So let's go ahead with red. Wet n Wild. Okay, not as dark, more of a, I would say maybe of a plum red, maybe. Not as dark as the James, but it's still pretty. It's still pretty. You can tell the difference in the color in this one and this one for sure. These kind of look almost the same unless you move my arm, and then you can see the difference, the brown there and the gold. But the pinks are almost identical. Let's use this arm and let's see what else we can get into. They have some purple. Ooh, let's do a purple with James. Let's do it here. That's pretty. That's a nice one. And let's go do a purple with Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild right there. They're close, guys. They really are. I don't know. Kind of sister shook right now. All right, let's see what other colors. There's orange. Let's do an orange real quick. This is the orange on the James. Pretty, of course. There's the orange on the Wet n Wild. Okay, you can see the difference here. James, Wet n Wild. It's almost close, but I can see a difference. The James is just a little darker, but you know, I think if you put it on the eye, you really wouldn't pay attention or really even notice. But the oranges are pretty on both of them, just like the purples. Let's see here. Okay, there's a nice shimmer one. Let's grab this shimmer. Another gold. Ooh. Another gold-like shimmer. Oh, see, that's... Let's grab a little more. Just a little more. Okay. Well, that was a James. And let's see. Let's go with the shimmer from the Wet n Wild. James, Wet n Wild. They're both not great, but James is more of a gold, Wet n Wild is more of a brown. Really can't tell. You can't really do that. Not bad. Not bad. Let's do some browns. Let's go with James. James has a nice shimmer brown. Right there. Oh, that one's pretty. That one is real nice. Let's go with the Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild. They're pretty. They're both really pretty. From here, you can't really tell the difference. I'm a little shocked, to be honest with you guys. Like, really shocked. James has this nice, pretty, like, I don't know if you would call it coral. Oh, that color's just sick. I love that color. Like, that's really pretty. And then on their palette, it's more of this color. Really different. Really different blues. Not even close. But still pretty nonetheless, but you know, they're not even close. Let me see. Now the colors aren't bad at all. Hey girl, hey. The colors aren't bad at all. They're, you know, there's some that stand out. You can see a difference, but on some of them you just can't. James. Well, don't know where that product went, but okay. Okay. And then here's a brown from Wet n Wild. Definitely see a difference. One is really, really light, one is dark. Can't really see much of my face. Okay. Ugh, the fallout though. Let's see. Let's do orange. Let's do a nice orange. This is a James. Orange right there. Did I do orange? Somewhat. I did an orange, somewhat. A darker orange. And let's see. That's the James. That's real pretty. Let's go to the other side of the brush. And Wet n Wild's orange is more of a shimmer. Totally different. Okay. Let's grab another brush. All right, we're just gonna be going through brushes over here like crazy. Let's see, we did a red, we did a gold. Let's do the black. The black. A lot of people love messing with the black. This is the James. Oh wow, that's really black. I should probably use my mirror. Hold on. Oh, okay. Black. Now let's turn the brush around and use it for the Wet n Wild. So Wet n Wild. Oh wow. They're almost identical, guys. Like almost to the T. I want to say the Wet n Wild is just a little darker. Girl. So let's go with this green. Oh. This is the James. That's such a pretty one. And let's turn the brush around. And let's go with the green from Wet n Wild. They're almost identical. Seriously? What is going on? What is going on? Oh, those are my good brushes. We're not using that. There are some blues. So, oh, first, let's go to the James. Blue on the James. Ooh. Let's go a little bit more. Not too bad. Let's turn the brush around. Trying to get us as close as possible. This is the Wet n Wild. Okay. Big difference in the blues there. Really, really big difference in the blues. James, Wet n Wild. Not bad. They're both really pretty, but one is just really, really darker than the other. Wet n Wild does have another blue here, but let me grab another brush. And so does James. So this is another blue. This is another blue. Let's go this way. Okay, that one is James. Let's turn the brush around, go to the other blue. This is Wet n Wild. Again, both different blues. They're all pretty though. I don't know what look I'm going for here, but we're going for something. All right, let's see here. Everything's green here that we can match. I don't think I did green. I don't remember what I did. I don't think so. Okay, James. I don't even know what to do now. Okay, here we go. Work with it. Oh, that's so pretty. Like a pine green. Yes. Or money green. And this is the Wet n Wild. Very different greens as well. Not as shimmery as the other ones, but you can tell obviously they're different. There's a dark brown. Okay, this is the James. Ooh, I got a big brush for this one. That's the James. Turn the brush around. Going to the Wet n Wild. Ah, okay. You can tell this is the James and this is the Wet n Wild. The Wet n Wild's a lot darker. Sorry guys, I'm just laughing at my face. I don't even know what I'm doing here, but I'm going with it. That's like a nice copper brown. Real pretty. Put this one here. This is the James. Real pretty. And let's go to Wet n Wild side. Close, well, almost identical, guys. A little different. The James is darker on the light, but it is nice. Let me see here. There's a shimmer here. So let's go to James first. Let's go to James. Let's do it right here. Oh. Okay, trying to brush around. And go to the Wet n Wild. James Wet n Wild. You can definitely tell the difference right away. We got a little bit more room on my face. Maybe here and here, and then when we run out of space. Let me see. There are a lot of colors in here. Oh, okay. Let me put that. Let me grab another brush. This is a very, very, very dark brown. Like almost black. And I would get the big brush. It's almost black. It's brown, but it's almost black. Let me turn the brush around. Same thing with the Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild is definitely darker. And more of a brown. I think James came off a little black, but this one's real brown. You still can't see these two that I did in the beginning. I'm trying to see if I can get one more color. What color? What color? Okay. That's a big brush. I think I can get all over my face. Where was I? Okay. I think this little peachy moment. I have a big nose, so let's see. That is pretty peach. Let's flip it over. And let's get some peach from this one. James, no, I'm not plugging my nose. James, Wet n Wild. You can definitely tell the color difference there. I mean, guys, probably smeared it a little bit because I'm going to move my arms a lot. But the colors aren't bad on any of these palettes. They're really not. You can definitely tell in the Wet n Wild, the pigment isn't as strong as it is in the James. But you are paying a lower price for the Wet n Wild than you are the James. The James is $36 or $38, I think. And then the actual Wet n Wild one is $20. So it's almost half the price. Is it a dupe for the James Charles? I don't know if dupe is an actual word, but it is a nice palette. For $20, it really is. The James, of course, iconic. It is like an iconic palette. I don't know if I want to call it a dupe. I don't. But if that's what they're calling it, then it is a dupe, you know? For the price of one, you can get two. So, like I said, it all depends on your pocket, what you want to do, what you want to spend. The James, like I said, is more pigmented. It is a little bit more, you know, artistry, you know. Some of the colors are bigger here than it is in the Wet n Wild palette. But they almost have almost all the same colors. My final take is I like both. I really do. James Charles, I think he was the first palette I ever bought when I started this whole makeup thing. So I hold the James dear to my heart. You know, I don't use it as much. I hate to say that. But, I mean, I have palettes everywhere, and I keep buying and buying, and, you know. But I still have it. I still use it. Like I said, it's been my first one. I've been doing this makeup journey for like a year, almost a year. I mean, the colors are still there. They're real pretty still. So that's good. Palette still. Wet n Wild, they didn't come to play. They really did it. The packaging is sick. Kind of looks like Rihanna. I didn't even see that, but it kind of does look like Rihanna. But this Wet n Wild, pretty. It is pretty. I like both. Dupe or not, I like it. All right, guys. I'm going to go wash my face off and all that. But I will holler at you guys later. And before I go, I just want to give a quick announcement. I have an additional Wet n Wild palette that I got that I am going to be giving away to just a lucky person. So guys, remember to like, subscribe, share all my stuff, tell your friends, tell your mom, your dad, your cat, your dogs, anybody that's on social network. I would really, really appreciate it. Like I said, this palette will be going out. I'll be announcing the winner Sunday night. So guys, thank you for staying tuned to this long video. Have a good night. Bye.